Welcome to my channel. I am Layla Letitia. I am passionate about helping everybody live their best life by managing and monitoring your mindset. I want to help you remove some of those blocks, some of those limited beliefs that keep you stuck and keep you from achieving your goals and living the life you desire. I'm passionate about this because I myself have gone through a transition and I am so proud results, things that worked for me, things that I did that helped me become the person I am today. So I want to bring back Conversation Wednesdays back. And this is my first video to kick it off. Yes. Now this video is going to be a very personal conversation, a tough conversation, and I'm already open to the criticism that I'm going to get because I'm having this conversation. Today's conversation is all about my battle with being a Muslim, my personal battle. And so my personal battle is not indicative of anything in the Islamic faith, the religion. It's just my personal battle with it. So I want to make that disclaimer right away so that we are clear that Islam is perfect. I am just a servant of Allah that struggles in areas. Okay? So the first thing that I want to tell you about is my struggle with hijab. Now, I've been Muslim for a very long time. And earlier on, I used to struggle with hijab. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out hijab. Now, I recently posted a picture of myself on Facebook story without being covered. And I felt weird about doing it, but then I kind of felt liberated. And liberated in a way is just like I just wanted to free myself of it. It may not make sense to you, but it made sense to me. And no worries, I don't plan on making a habit of that because I am a hijabi. But when I first started becoming a hijabi, I would be in and out of hijab. And then I just asked one sister one day, I was just like, I admire everything about you. And that sister has just been blessed with such a beautiful life right now. But I asked her, why is it so easy for you to just come out the house every day, guard up, and be such a strong presence, so comfortable in your own skin? And she clearly said to me, it's because it's what Allah says, and I just try to follow what Allah says. She didn't say like it's what Allah says, I have to do it, but I try. And if you do something for the sake of Allah, then it shall be easier for you, right? So I'm like, yeah, so once I got that concept in my head, like doing it for the sake of Allah and really not doing it, for any other reason besides what Allah tells us in our Holy Quran, then it'll be okay. And so I truly believe in what is in the Quran regarding hijab and how women are required to wear hijab. I'm not in judgment of anybody who does not wear hijab because, like I said, I posted a picture just the other day without me being in hijab, right? But my struggle right now with hijab is that this is like the first time COVID-19 pandemic has done a lot of things that kind of like pushed me in a place where I am alone all the time. So think about being alone by yourself every single day, no kids, no spouse, no nothing, and you're by yourself. And so it was the first time that I realized that, I can kind of be free. I didn't have to wear hijab, in the house because it's just me, right? I don't need to wear hijab. And so I found myself struggling with hijab when I need to do a live, or do a video or go on live, that I gotta put hijab on. If I'm putting a picture, I gotta put hijab on. And it has become like, how do I say it? It kind of has become an irritant of me because I have to I gotta go live. What are you gonna wear? What scarf you're gonna wear? It's just like it has somewhat become an irritant to me, only because I've gotten so used to not needing to wear it in the house. Now I know this sounds very like minute. It's not a major problem, right? But it kind of is for me. It just makes me, I feel like I am forced to do it, and so I have to reprogram myself to always tell myself that I'm doing it for the sake of Allah. And if I am presenting myself for people to see, then I should do it for the sake of Allah. So that's not a big, battle, in Islam for me, but it's a small battle, right? It's a small battle because I am a proud hijabi. I love being in hijab. The second, problem that I would say that I tend to deal with is like when it comes to trying to find a spouse, I'm not actively searching for a spouse. Each year I put it on my vision board right there. Each year, this is my new vision board. So let me just step out of the way so you can see my new vision board. The vision board behind me. And I have a big section here about affirmations with strong connections to subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just meaning that I really want to be strongly more connected to Allah, and so I make sure I do this every day by reading and reciting Quran every single day. Like every day I do this. But here it is, trying to find a spouse. I have watched my single sister friends, all of them get married and find fantastic husbands. And I'm still sitting here like, what's wrong with Layla? Like, what is going on with me? And so I do find myself like, those sisters are a little younger than me. However, it's like either I'm meeting the guys that want to marry me, but they want to have a bunch of kids, or the men want me to change who I am. When I say that, they want me to not be outside after dark, not to wear pants, not to wear makeup, and I'm not a really makeup person, but not to wear makeup, not to wear perfume, and just coming in with a bunch of demands on me. And I'm like, do you not understand that I have been single for years and I have gotten comfortable in my groove, right? Now, that's not to say that I will not, modify things, change things. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to approach me with intent to marry, but to demand me erase who I am. I find that to be unfair. And I'm not interested in that. And I feel like that could probably lead me to being single for a little while longer. And so that makes me sad. And I spoke to a sister maybe 3 weeks ago, and she maybe really changed my my mindset with regards to marriage. And she was like, you can marry a man as long as he doesn't believe in the Trinity. And I know that sounds like, what is she saying? What? So a Christian man, if he is a Christian man that believes in God and does not, believe in the Trinity, she said that I can marry that person. So I'm not sure how true that is, but it really kind of like opened my eyes. Like, yes, there's hope. There's hope. There's hope because I don't know. I just finally I have better response to non-Muslim men when it comes to within, like, I don't say I date, but the men that I do talk to, they know I'm Muslim, they accept the Muslim Islam, they accept it, and they don't try to change me. They're not saying, oh my gosh, you have to wear that. They don't try to change me. They accept me as I am. And I feel like, now I understand with me marrying a Muslim man, our goal is to get closer to subhanahu wa ta'ala by living a life according to Allah, and being strict in the deen. I understand all that, but it's a process together. But I don't feel like it's the process where a person can demand all these things. And of course, especially if the person doesn't pray themselves, if the person doesn't make all 5 prayers, if the person doesn't go to Juma on Fridays, those things. Like, here you are, you want the perfect Muslima in me, however, you are not striving to be the perfect Muslim man. So you have it. So what do you think about my takes on my experiences with Islam and the struggles that I have being in the deen? Hope you guys enjoyed this quick conversation about my personal experience in Islam. This again has nothing to do with the religion as a whole. I'm not discrediting my religion. I am a loving Muslima. I love Islam, and I would never change any other religion. So never ever doubt where my heart is. The point of this conversation is just to speak about some of my struggles. Also, being a single Muslima, you know, like it was hard for me to even find a home in Charlotte where I felt a masjid, where I felt I didn't have to prove anything to, you know. I remember when I first moved to Charlotte, I tell this story and it kind of like made me cry. I mean, even though I've had some experiences in New York, but I think when you move to a place where you had a family in New York and you come to a place like a new place like Charlotte and none of your friends are, you know, Islamic or Muslim, so they're not going with you, you know, to these masjids. You go by yourself. And I moved here 2017, right before Ramadan. And so, you know, I researched, you know, the masjids. I wanted to go to the masjid that had 20 rakat of prayer and all of that stuff, right? So then what happened, I was going to the masjid that did 20 rakats for a Tadawiyah prayer because that's what I was used to in New York, and I just really loved to go with my sisters together. We would go to Tadawiyah prayer. It was just such a family supportive, you know, type of vibe. And so I go to this masjid in Charlotte, and every night I go in there, every night I try to salam the sisters, and every night is like I'm invisible. And so I went there and I felt so incredibly alone. And in Ramadan, if people don't know about the beauty of Ramadan, it's the time we get together as community. We worship upon Allah together. It's beautiful. But I felt so lonely. And so someone suggested, why don't you go to this masjid? They're in a gym at a school. Try them out, okay? And I go there and I walk into this gym, this big gym, right? It's so foreign to me, but I walk into the gym and a sister said, Assalamu alaikum, sister, to me. And she came up to me and started talking to me. And I was like, this is the place, you know? This is the place. And even with those interactions, you know, there's still some pushback because most of the sisters that I have become friends with, they're married with their children, and so it's the same thing, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like I'm the odd man out per se, but nevertheless, Islam is the way for me, and I would never ever change that. So hope you guys enjoyed this video about some of the struggles that I have in this deen that I believe is the deen, the right way. So guys, I will see you guys next Wednesday. I'm not sure what topic I'm going to talk about, but my intention is to continue doing Conversation Wednesdays videos so that we can have chats about things that'll make you say, have a good day. Assalamu alaikum.